What's up techies, it's time for my review for the Galaxy S7 Edge. I've been using the Galaxy S7 Edge ever since it was released by Verizon. I actually got it a couple days before the release date. So I've had it for a few weeks now and it's been a great experience. It's definitely been one of my favorite phones that I've used. The Galaxy S7 Edge has many great features and qualities about it, and I want to go over those with you guys. With that said, it's not a perfect phone, but it's pretty close to it. There's only some very minor stuff that I would say could be tweaked or maybe somewhat better. If you've not seen the video about the 7 disappointments I have with the Galaxy S7 Edge, go ahead and watch that after this video, but make sure that you take a look at that one. I go into further detail about some of the disappointments that I had about the Galaxy S7 Edge. With that said, keep in mind they are very minor, very actually nitpicky. Basically, if those are the only things I have to complain about this device, we are in very good shape. This phone is really good. Samsung did a very awesome job with the Galaxy S7 and the 7 Edge. As I've said, the Galaxy S7 Edge has been a great experience. Let me give you a few reasons why I went with the Galaxy S7 Edge versus just the regular S7. One is the screen size. I really like the bigger screen sizes, and this has a 5.5 inch screen versus the 5.1 inch screen that the Galaxy S7 has. The other thing is that this has a bigger battery. The 7 Edge has a 3600 mAh battery. That's really big. It's bigger than the Note 5, which had a 3000 mAh battery, which the Galaxy S7 has. Rightly so, the Galaxy S7 Edge has a curved screen on both sides. You got some edge features that you can get really nice and used to, but it wasn't the main purpose of why I got this phone. Mainly got it because of the bigger screen and the bigger battery. I thought that was worth the upgrade. Would I say that this phone is a worthy upgrade over the Note 5 or the Galaxy S6? I would definitely say the Galaxy S6 because the battery life is pretty bad on that, and there are some lag issues here and there. Some reasons that you might want to upgrade from the Note 5 is if you need an SD card support. They got that now up here at the top. It's now waterproof like the Galaxy S5 was. If you don't use the S Pen, this would be another reason why you might want to be interested in getting the S7 Edge. One, you're going to save space on the phone's memory because you're not using any kind of note apps, and those note apps aren't going to exist on here. One of the cool features that they brought over from the Note 5 was you could take a screenshot and then capture more. Just select that option, and then it kind of scrolls up a little bit more. So now you see this big long list versus just a normal screenshot to where you only see that. You can see more of what you want. So if you have a big list of something, a text message conversation that you want to take a screenshot of, you can take the whole conversation versus taking multiple screenshots and then sending it to wherever that you need to. You can get it in one image now. That leads me to Touchwiz. Touchwiz has been toned down quite a bit over the last few years. A little observation that I might have is that the people that complain about Touchwiz maybe haven't actually used a Samsung device in quite a few years. I would say a few years ago, yeah, Samsung Touchwiz was pretty awful. It was pretty ugly looking. It was a old, outdated UI, but now it's really toned down. It's really minimalistic, and it's not that bad of a deal at all. And then if you want to, you can actually change what it looks like. You can go to the theme store, which is one of my favorite things about this phone. You can come to the theme store and just add whatever kind of look that you want. There's stock Android ones, which is the one that I like the most. So here's the stock Android one. It's called Android 6.0. So just download the theme and hit apply, and then it's going to change it over to this new theme. It's really cool stuff. You can make this look like stock Android. Now it's switched over to the stock Android theme, and you're going to notice it changed right away. That looks like stock Android. It's really cool. I love this theme. It's what I like using. Everything changes about it. You get a stock Android look on your menus and also some of your pop-ups. It's really cool. I love this option. So for those of you that don't like Touchwiz or the look of it, you could change the look with the theme store. It kind of just debunks that whole excuse of not getting a Samsung phone. And even the text messaging app looks like it's stock Android. Along with the keyboard, it looks like Google Keyboard. That's really cool to me. Since we're on the subject of software, let's take a look at the camera. The camera is awesome. I really love this camera. It's been a really good experience. I don't know if it's the best, but I would say it's definitely among the best smartphone cameras out there. It's been a really great experience. It's super fast. The quality of the images come out really nice. Video is amazing. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. I'm shooting this entire review with another Galaxy S7 Edge. Now granted, I got it on a case right now, but this is the S7 Edge. You can see the review for that case if you want to. I'll leave a link down below in the description. I trust the video quality enough to use this camera app for this full review. As far as a daily driver for the everyday user, it's really super simple and fast to use the camera. All you gotta do is double tap the home screen, get to it, and you can see how fast that focuses. You're not gonna miss those special moments that you wanna capture. There's some really cool modes in this. You got auto, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, you got pro, you got selective focus, panorama, video collage, live broadcast to YouTube. That's a really cool feature that only a few phones have. Slow motion, virtual shot, food, and hyperlapse. Those are a ton of great features already, but you can go up here and hit download, and then there's more options to choose from. So you got sports shot, surround shot, dual camera. You can read on. It's got a lot of nice features, a lot of nice options with the camera technology on this. Let's take a look at the settings real quick and kind of show you the different options that you can shoot from. You got 4K video, and it's looking really good. I'm shooting in 4K right now using the other Galaxy S7 Edge. Motion photo is that competitive feature that iPhones have now to where it kind of takes a short video clip before and after a photo so you can kind of get the whole moment. Tracking autofocus is a pretty cool feature. It basically follows a subject around. Basically, all you gotta do is just tap on the screen right there, and then you're gonna see it focus around. It's always gonna stay on that part of the screen that you tapped. What's really cool about the tracking autofocus is that even if you're shooting in 4K, it still has that feature. Unfortunately, you can't have tracking autofocus and video stabilization at the same time. It's one or the other. Then you got some of the main features that you see pretty much with everything now. You got location tags. I do like disabling the shutter. That's an awesome feature to have for me. And you can actually tell your volume keys to take pictures or video or zoom. Another great thing about this phone is it comes with Android Marshmallow, which is the latest update to this date. One of the neat things about having that Android Marshmallow is that you're going to get those features, which Now on Tap is a really neat one. So let's go to YouTube and try the Now on Tap and see what it does. Alright, so we got these videos here. You just long press the home button, kind of searches some different things like that. Okay, so it says Samsung Galaxy S6. It kind of gives you some suggestions and also some different ways. Shout out to Max Lee, and then also got some other options as you scroll down. You can hit the share button and be able to share it with your favorite social networks, email, text message, whatever. Battery life has been a great experience with this phone. I've been able to get through the whole day, and that includes doing some really heavy usage. I consider myself a power user. I'm using the phone for everything that you can use the phone for. That's videos, taking pictures, phone calls, emails, text, social media. I usually have the screen on full brightness all day as well, and I'm able to get some really good battery life. On average, I would take the phone off the plug about 7 o'clock in the morning, and then when I get home at night, maybe 12 hours later, I get about 10, 20, 30% left depending on how much I use the phone, and I'm getting about 3 to 4 hours average screen on time. I typically don't like getting into the battery life conversation because it really varies among the user, where you're located, so many variables involved to even talk about battery life. But I will say that this has been one of the better phones that has had battery life. Last year in 2015, the battery life in many phones really suffered, like the Galaxy S6 and the Edge, the LG G4. It just really wasn't that great up until the last quarter of the year with the Nexus 6P and the Note 5. As far as performance goes, it's been a really good experience. The snappiness is right there. It loads things really fast. You're able to navigate and just go through different apps really quickly. It doesn't lag much at all, if anything. So I've really enjoyed using this phone. It's not giving me any kind of inclination of like, man, I just gotta get rid of this because it was like the Galaxy S6 last year where the battery life was horrible and it was just laggy. Like this thing, really, it flies through different apps. I really like it. It's done a fantastic job. Another one of my all-time favorite things about the Galaxy 7 Edge, and it's definitely a Samsung thing, but it's available on the S7 Edge, which is Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay is awesome. It's better than Android Pay, better than Apple Pay. It's very awesome that you can just put your phone right up next to the payment device and it works. I've gotten so many funny reactions from cashiers that it just makes my day every time I use Samsung Pay. That kind of rhymed. Yeah, unfortunately, like there's some bloatware involved, but it's really easy to fix that. You can disable these apps that you don't like. Like many of these Verizon apps I will never use, like the Message Plus, the Cloud, the Caller ID. Pretty much the ones that you see here that I would use is going to be my Verizon Mobile, just for quick access to my account, then NFL. If there's apps that you don't want to use, all you got to do is long press it, drag it to turn off, select it, and then it's out of your way. Something that I do appreciate is that I don't see any games installed. That's really awesome to me. In the past, there's been some games installed that, sometimes you can uninstall them, but other times you couldn't. This time, there's none of that on there. There are some bloatware as far as like the Go 90, the Verizon apps I've just told you about. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much bloatware, nearly as much as what it used to be like. Call quality is great on this phone. I've had no complaints whatsoever. I've asked people on the other end of the line if they can hear me well, if there's any kind of interference at all whatsoever. They said it sounds great. As a matter of fact, it's got HD calling, which sounds so good when you have that feature. When the other person has that feature, it just really makes a difference in the phone call. You can actually get some call blocking features now. And as far as hearing the other person on the other end, the speaker quality is really good as well. Samsung has done a really good job pretty much with every device that I've used with theirs with the call quality department. It's been the easiest to hear in loud environments. When I used to work in lawn care landscaping, like a Samsung phone has just done well, and it's still the same quality that I experience now than I have experienced in the past. Some other features that I really like about this is that the home button has the fingerprint sensor on it, and it works relatively quick. Like, it opens up the phone pretty quick, you're right to where you need to go to right away. It's also waterproof. The waterproof capabilities of this phone is awesome. It gives this great sense of security that when your phone gets wet, it's not going to mess up at all. As a matter of fact, I made a whole video about the waterproof capabilities of this phone. I put it in mud, I put it in water, it was in the rain, completely wet, and it still was functioning just fine. I could actually navigate on the phone without any problems. I could actually take videos and pictures as well. It was really cool, a really fun video that I put together. I'll leave a link down below in the description so you can enjoy that video as much as I enjoyed making it. One of the features that I almost left out of this video was actually the wireless charging. It's something that I got used to using, so it became part of my everyday life and just something that I automatically use. However, I still believe that this is not a deal breaker feature. There are plenty of times where the phone needs to be charging and I need to use it, so it kind of really makes it hard to use while it's being wirelessly charged. Therefore, I still need to use a cable charger at times. While we're on the topic of charging, there's a couple of disappointments that I have with the Galaxy S7 Edge. One, it's not USB Type-C. The other letdown is that it's not supporting Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. It's still stuck on 2.0. While 2.0 is still pretty fast, it's nice to have fast charging. That's really a must-have feature in my opinion. I would still like to see the 3.0 support. The Galaxy S7 has a ton to talk about, so if you want to continue the conversation, leave a comment down below of anything else that you want to talk about with this phone. I've already made quite a bit of videos about this phone, so if you want to see those, I'll leave a link down below to that playlist in the description of this video. Definitely check those out because I've gone into some further depth about different perspectives about the phone, some things I didn't like, some things I really love about the phone, and also some other features about it. I plan to continue to make videos about this phone, so you definitely want to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss those videos when they come out. Thanks for sticking around and watching this video. If you watch this video to the very end, say cowabunga dude down in the comments. I really appreciate that you watched this video all the way to the end. Thanks for hearing me out, but I also want to know what you think about this phone. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the phone. Let's keep the conversation going. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and also share it with your favorite social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I definitely appreciate it when you guys do that, and until then, stay techy.